There is a place where the pace of the modern world has a different feel, where the traditions of Hawaii's past still flourish today, and the memories are waiting to be discovered. Blessed with a wealth of natural wonders, Kualoa is Hawaii at its finest. Passed down through generations, the ranch is a proud symbol of stewardship and preservation. A visit to Kualoa can be as exciting or relaxing as you desire. Enjoy a day full of adventure or lose yourself in tropical splendor. Kualoa is a tapestry of time, and exploring this beautiful place is like traveling through history. Over 1,500 years ago, the first voyaging Polynesians landed in Hawaii. With a handful of native tools and plants, they established thriving communities. One of the first was in Hakipu'u Valley, near the foothills of Kualoa. No na ahupua'a I aina no ka aina I ke ali'i, a I vai no ka aina I ke kanaka. The mentioning of Kualoa in the Kumulipo, one of the oldest and most sacred Hawaiian chants, illustrates the significance of this region and its importance to the Hawaiian people. Kualoa Ranch is comprised of 3 ahupua'a, or a section of land stretching from the mountains to the sea, including the reefs. Scenic Kualoa Point and the lush valleys of Ka'aava and Hakipu'u to the north and south. The ahupua'a contained all the essential elements needed for survival, and it was the konohiki's responsibility to see that the resources were used without being exploited. Within the boundaries of Hakipu'u, you'll find one of the largest and best preserved fish ponds in Hawaii. Built over 800 years ago, Moli'i Fish Pond still functions as it did when ancient Hawaiians harvested moi and other fish. Fish ponds like this are unique to Hawaii and are a testament to the ingenuity of the ancient people. The 4,000-foot lava rock wall that encloses Mo'oli'i Pond contains a series of gates. The pond is stocked and small fish enter through these gates to feed. They then become too large to swim back out and are easily trapped and harvested by spear or net. Hakipu'u is also famous as the place where Kahai, a renowned navigator who lived in the 1600s, brought and planted the first breadfruit tree on Oahu. As water is abundant in the valley, taro also flourished and is still cultivated by area residents. Next to Hakipu'u is Kualoa, an area rich with history. The word Kualoa means long back in Hawaiian and is named after the prominent ridge that defines the area. There are many references to the sacredness of Kualoa, and it was a place of refuge and an important training ground for the sons of the Ali'i, or ruling class. The northernmost ahupua'a of Kualoa Ranch is Ka'aava. Ka'aava Valley and the mountains that surround it make up about 1/2 of the ranch. Because of its pristine state, Ka'aava has become one of the most filmed locations in Hawaii for television and feature films. How did Kualoa Ranch come to be? This is as fascinating as the land itself. Early in the 1800s, missionaries came to Hawaii to spread the word of God and set up schools for the Hawaiian people. They saw the need for a doctor in Hawaii and recruited one from the east coast of the United States. His name was Garrett P. Judd. Judd came to Hawaii in 1828 and administered medicine to the Hawaiian people. He quickly fell in love with the people and his new surroundings. Judd's care for the Hawaiian people and his advisement on Western diplomacy won the respect of the Ali'i, eventually earning him a cabinet position with King Kamehameha III. In part to thank Judd for his faithful service, King Kamehameha III allowed him to buy some of his own personal land, the 622-acre Ahupua'a of Kualoa. The price? $1,300. That was in 1850. 10 years later, Dr. Judd's son, Charles Hastings Judd, bought the adjacent valleys of Hakipu'u and Ka'a'ava. With sugar plantations sprouting up throughout the islands, Charles Judd and his brother-in-law, Samuel Wilder, decided to start their own at Kualoa. They bought Kualoa from Dr. Judd and built a mill in 1863. The people in the area would call the mill Vili Ka'ai. The name Vili Ka'ai was given in jest because when the supervisors were teaching the workers the best shoveling method, they would always tell them to just turn their necks instead of their whole bodies to toss the dirt over their shoulders. Though the mill was built on great dreams, the area was too dry, and sugar production only lasted for 8 years. Where sugar cultivation failed, cattle ranching thrived. At its peak, 1,000 head of Black Angus and Hereford cattle roamed the ranch. Though ranching proved to be a stable and successful enterprise, Kualoa once again faced a new challenge. After Japan bombed Pearl Harbor and brought Hawaii into World War II, the federal government seized much of Kualoa's lands to protect the entrance to nearby Kaneohe Bay. On the flat peninsula of Kualoa, the Army built an airfield, and at the end of Kualoa Ridge, giant bunkers housing coastal defense artilleries were also constructed. By the time the war ended, Kualoa was overgrown, in shambles, and the long process of rebuilding began. Military hardware was removed, pastures were replanted, and cattle were reintroduced, but times had changed. The once prosperous operation was struggling to survive, and the government began efforts to seize some of Kualoa's lands to create public parks. Trying to maintain Kualoa's open spaces and keep the lands intact as they have been for centuries, Judd's descendants have turned to diversification. They have developed innovative, low-impact recreational activities and educational programs to complement the agricultural operations still in existence. The activities you can enjoy today reflect the centuries gone by. Farming still plays a major role on the ranch, with a variety of diversified crops being grown on the property. These include papayas and bananas, as well as nurseries producing plants and tropical flowers. Kualoa's aquaculture ponds still provide fish and prawns for local markets. Every year, the ranch plays host to over 10,000 local school children who come to camp, learn about animals, agriculture, or test themselves on a high ropes course. For those who can't resist the lure of really getting into nature, Kualoa has some of the best trails for hiking, mountain biking, or horseback riding. In the shadows of Kualoa's majestic mountains, annual concerts and sporting events are held. If water sports, sun, and relaxation are more your speed, Kualoa's secret island is just a short ride away. Sugar production at the ranch has been replaced with television and feature film production. If you take a ride on the ranch tour, you'll learn the secrets behind the filming of some of the top TV shows and feature films like Godzilla, Mighty Joe Young, George of the Jungle, and Jurassic Park. You'll also see an authentic recreation of an ancient Hawaiian village and see what life was like for the first Hawaiians. Nowhere else on Oahu does such a unique blend of industry, culture, and incredible beauty exist in one place. In an era of explosive growth, Kualoa remains as it has for centuries. The history, serenity, and activities you can enjoy here make Kualoa one of Hawaii's real treasures. Come, discover the magic for yourself.